Hello, world. Welcome to WFHR's Rapids Report, proudly brought to you by Crockett Septic for this July 24th, 2025. Have your host, James, here. We're joined right now by our family, friends, and all family natural foods. We have Stephen and Katrina Hintner with us right now. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Good.
All is well.
Right on. Good to have you here. Always good talking with you guys and hanging out. Appreciate the time. Do want to send a special shout out to you guys with the sponsorships you do, whether it is Playmakers and being a co-sponsor there or Terry Talks Nutrition you can hear on the weekends. Greatly appreciate the work that you guys put into this community and all the fun that we get to have because of it. So I appreciate you guys. And
Thank you.
Want to say a shout out to the whole staff over there, of course, and everything. Love all of our friends over there.
They're fun. Come hang out with them.
Yes.
Come hang out with all of us.
And bring your questions because they love answering them and love finding things out with things. We love finding out what's going on over there, what's happening.
Yeah, there's some fun what's happening. I like to highlight our sales since now we're towards the end of the month. And if people haven't heard about the sales that are going on.
This is the month of July.
This is the month of July.
Because this is a podcast, so you're not listening
nicely
to this
done.
live.
Nicely
right?
done.
Yeah, that's true. Good point, Stephen. So in the month of July, there's two companies we just wanted to highlight because they're not always on sale and they're really great companies as well as they sell and they're very popular. So the first one I want to highlight is the Terry Natural brand is on sale for the whole month of July. So there's about another week-ish left of it. So get that while you can. So 20% off on that. Definitely worth stocking up on until October when there's more sales and such. And then True Grace is another one. They go on sale a couple times a year and probably won't until October. So this is a great time to stock up and get some of your favorite foundational nutrition. So just wanted to highlight those before, so everybody makes sure that they know about it and aware.
Not only a good time to stock up, but maybe even trying some of these that you may have been thinking about trying. It's a great time to get in on that.
Try something new.
I was just talking to a lady before we came here, and she had a bunch of different things she was trying to work on, health-wise. And I said, well, what's wonderful about Terry's products is they're a no-risk try. They're all basically samples. And if they don't work for you, you get your money-back guarantee on it. And Terry's so dedicated to this money-back guarantee, then he knows some things take a little bit of time, more than one bottle, more than two bottles sometimes. You can try 3 or 4 bottles, keep all the bottles, all your receipts, and you could bring 3. We've had, I think, people even once or twice bring 6 bottles in and say, hey, I gave this a really good try. Took, whatever it was, 2 a day for 6 months and, didn't get the results I was wanting. And, we gave them their money back and, probably at the same time I said, hey, not everything works for everybody. And that's what I was telling this lady. She said, her husband had some, it's like a nerve-related issue. I didn't really know what it was. And in fact, she even said, the doctors they haven't really found what this is, and they haven't found an answer for it. And he's just, had this issue for years. And so I said, to be honest, I'm sitting here talking to you for 5 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to find the answer either, but I think we can try some stuff, and it's going to be a little trial and error. But what better company to do trial and error with other than one that will give you your money back on stuff you try?
Yep.
You don't get that at the doctor. They don't go and say, hey, let's run this expensive test. And if we don't find anything, you get your money back.
And
you try this prescription medicine. Yeah, it didn't work for you. That's fine. We'll give you your money back.
Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. There's a company that's been around for decades, and they've been doing this for decades. You don't stay in business with that model if you can't back up with your product.
Right, and if they're not working for you.
The products work, and most of them work for everybody. And if it was a different story, if she was oh yeah, my husband has this really normal condition that's very, this works obviously for, I would have been oh yeah, no worries, this is going to be it. I wouldn't even go down this road. But yeah, we're all a little different, and sometimes you just got to try things.
Well, this is the point, and I think where almost all of us can agree on. We're coming when it comes to healthcare and it comes to health in our bodies and all of this options, and because we are not one size fits all.
Nope.
What works for some won't work for others.
Yep.
Terry gets that, you guys get that, and I appreciate that approach so much, more than I can really put into words. Really. It's something that not only is it I have to admit, to me, as somebody who studies and interested in marketing and all that, it's a cool move, man, to offer that to your customer. That's just cool. It's that's how confident I am. I feel that good about my product. It's a cool, but it's because you can back it up, because you can actually mean it and do it. And maybe just as importantly as all that, understanding that not everything works for everybody.
Yep.
So of course, not every one of these products is going to work for every single person, but man, is it worth the attempt? Because if it does help you, it's a game changer.
Yes.
And you deserve that. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, whether it's a positive or a negative or any of these things, these products help people, and you guys get that, they get that, and again, you can offer a cool thing like that to people. You can back up your product, and then they're on sale. You put them on sale even.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a win-win. Everybody come in before the end of the month, get those sales for sure.
Come on in.
Win-win, come on in.
Somebody write that down. That's a great line.
Win-win, come on in. Here we go. Another win-win, come on in is our presentation schedule that we have going on. We're going to recap our olive oil presentation we had just yesterday, but I want to get the other two on people's calendars, which is September... let's see. Here we go. September 16th at 4:30, we're doing an herb walk. So you can meet us at Lake Wazeecha Red Sands, and we will, at the pavilion, and we will be talking about herbs, how to use them, what to do with them, how to identify them, some of their health properties. It's just a great way to get outside on a nice day, as well as let's learn about these things. So that's one to definitely check out, September 16th at 4:30. And
also just to note that if you do plan to go to it, if the weather looks not nice,
yes,
call the store, just check in with us and say, hey, is it still happening? Have we rescheduled a date?
Good point.
Because if it's raining or it's really miserable, we're probably going to cancel it or reschedule it perhaps. Yeah. But last year it went off. The weather was great. Kind of doing it in late summer. The weather's a little more predictable, as much as anything can be nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's always hard when you plan something that's outdoors, but it was a lot of fun last year. We had a great turnout. I think there was 20 people just walking around Red Sands Beach, and it's amazing what you can find when you've got Jamie who works for us. And Katrina and myself there, we just kind of kick around, and like right in front of your feet are a bunch of herbs that can potentially change your life. So they're all right there in front of us, and it's fun to do this out in the real world sometimes.
And another good reason to follow the Facebook page too, to be able to keep up to date. You guys can update people there too.
I don't know, Facebook.
But if there is a cancellation or something, that's another way to keep up on that and everything.
Absolutely.
And I here's hoping, fingers crossed for good weather, because it's a really fun event. I know a number of people that are already looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just mark your calendars for October 3rd and 4th. That's our 79th anniversary sale. So it'll be that Friday. Yeah, that Saturday. We'll have different people visiting us. They'll have education and samples, door prizes, and sales. Yep. Do we have to say more? Come and visit us. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
It's always crazy. It's always busy, and we always love it. It's a celebration of 79 years, right?
The community and us, it's just like, it's wonderful. So
I try not to over-exaggerate, but I feel very confident saying nobody does sale like their anniversary like you guys. It's your anniversary, and yet we get the presents. We get the stuff.
That's
you
right.
guys, nobody does deals like they do on their anniversaries. I worry about your business. No, I'm kidding. But but no, seriously, these are really great sales, and it's something to mark on your calendar and look forward to.
That was fun.
We've been doing it for a couple of years, so I think every year we kind of add something on, and we try new things, and it just keeps getting better. I think that helps. If it was our third year of doing this, I think it'd be all right, but I think we'd have a long ways to go.
It's true. Well, we learned from one of the best, Michael Hittner. There. He showed us how to do it.
He knows how to party.
Which is great. This is a reminder. It's hot. It's muggy.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about it too much because I feel like I'm a broken record every time I'm on here. Electrolytes, everyone.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. But not just water. Sometimes in these summer months, it's harder. We need more potassium, magnesium, sodium to help our bodies stay regulated. With this humidity, we're not even realizing how much we're actually sweating and getting more dehydrated. But we have a lot of great electrolytes, including True Graces, which is on sale right now. But everybody should have electrolytes. I even have some in my car because you never know where you're going to be and you get so dehydrated. But stay hydrated, get electrolytes, make it part of your regular routine. You will notice a difference. Definitely.
Yeah, and that's a great note about keeping something in the car. It really is. Whether it's for you or a significant other, a child, an animal, it's not bad to have that kind of stuff in the car. Water, even just some water in there.
Absolutely.
But that's a good note.
backup
We
is always
do,
good.
yeah. And most of these we have come individually packaged. So you throw a couple in your purse, throw a couple in your car, in your kid's backpack. Maybe have a couple at home still. Just like
They're everywhere.
wherever you
Keep 'em
are,
around, yeah.
wherever water is, you're going to be hydrated.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
can't predict dehydration, but you can
Yeah.
prevent it.
Yes, I like
right,
that.
I
That's
like
another
that.
good line right there too, James. So let's recap some olive oil. We did an
Yes.
olive oil presentation yesterday, and we got to
great.
travel around the world a little bit.
Yeah.
We got to experience different flavors, which James, you're going to be our guinea pig of some
Yeah,
olive
James, you're
oil
not going to
flavors.
take quite as large of a trip as people did yesterday.
That's all right. That's
We're just
all right.
doing two.
We're going to keep you in the Mediterranean.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right where it's my roots.
Yeah,
Perfect.
take you to your ancestors. We're going to go to your neighbors in Greece.
Oh,
And
cool,
we'll also take a little stop in the old homeland of Italy.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, I'm so excited right now.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
know that James likes olive oil, but there are differences in olive oils, and that's what we're going to explain when
Yeah.
we taste it and
Well,
such.
James gets this because for, what was it, a housewarming gift, your grandmother
Yes,
gave you a bottle
yeah.
of olive oil. High quality, from the homeland olive oil.
Yeah.
And you were like, this tastes so good. And actually, a lady yesterday, she was at the talk attending it, and she said, you know what? This is a great Christmas gift. I should give people this for Christmas.
Instead of wine,
Why don't I give
we
people
do
wine?
this?
I always get them the wrong kind, or whatever, they have too much, or they shouldn't have.
It's an awesome
They shouldn't have
idea.
any more. There's all sorts of stuff with wine you can get wrong, right? But olive oil, especially if you can give people a nice quality olive oil, they'll use it.
It could be a real changer for them too, especially
Yeah.
those. So many people they kind of use the same stuff their parents used or whatever
Yeah.
they grew up with, and usually it's fine. There's not a lot of bad olive oils, but there are so many different flavors and kinds that work differently with different foods. Your palate deserves it. Treat your taste buds well, everybody.
James,
Try different olive oils.
I mean, you come from a family who knows olive oil, but I should tell people that there was a University of California Davis study that found that 3/4 of olive oils didn't match their quality standard. They weren't actually like extra virgin olive oils.
wow.
Even though it said that, maybe.
And there was
Yeah.
there was a Danish study that over 75% of olive oils in the supermarket were counterfeit. So there actually are a lot of inferior or diluted or counterfeit olive oils out there for people that are reaching in the wrong part of the shelf or just maybe have bad luck. It might sometimes the worst part is when they say they're extra
Yeah.
virgin olive oil,
Yeah.
the price would reflect it, and then the reality is that they weren't. And we had to really at our store we've really scrutinized olive oils in the last few years. To try to find what it is that makes a good quality olive oil, what you want to see on a label. I'll grab this Italian one to start. We can kind of look at this one here. So it's in a dark glass bottle. So you kind of hear that. That's kind of what you want. Like that's going to hold this oil in really good quality. It's going to protect it from the light. That's the first thing you kind of see on the shelf. The other thing that we've really done with our olive oils is we used to have some. It was an organic olive oil. It's probably good. It came from a very reputable company, but it came from like 5 countries and 3 continents. It was from Argentina, like Turkey, and Tunisia. Tunisia's in Africa, Turkey's in Europe, and Argentina's in South America. So these are 3 different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And I start to wonder, how can they maintain the quality of the oil, or how can they make the best oils if they're going from all over the world? And this product, again, it seemed good, but I like the story of an olive oil that comes from a single country and ideally a single farm. If you're buying wine, or like let's say we're going to go to, I don't know, our favorite little tavern in downtown Wisconsin Rapids, we want to have a beer. We don't usually go there and say, hey, could you give me a blend of 5 different beers?
Right.
I'd like it from at least 3 different continents.
Right. Yeah.
You don't do that.
You kind of say like, oh, I know I like Point Special. Like, give me a Point
Right.
Special, or like whatever your
Spotted cow, whatever.
your story is. Similarly with wine, you don't look like if you see a kind of wine that's a blend from multiple vineyards, multiple countries, you're probably thinking that's a wine on the bottom. bottom shelf, right?
Yeah.
That's not one, the wines that they always talk about, oh, this comes from a famous vineyard.
For 100 years.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Has been,
Yep. And the same story is true with olive oils. There's these farms that have been growing olive trees for generations. And I think you can get better traceable sourcing with that. So I'm looking around this bottle. Again, this is radio, so I'll just describe to you what I'm seeing. So this has a USDA organic sign on it. So this is organic olive oil.
Yeah.
That's a reassuring thing. It also has a stamp that from the Italian government that this is an authentic olive oil that was not only grown but bottled in Italy at the source. So there's no opportunity for adulteration in shipping or whatever. If they shipped it to the U.S. and filled it, from big containers into bottles in America, well, they could have maybe diluted somewhere in between. This one is bottled in Italy. It's sealed. There's a seal on it. There's also a little QR code. You can look up what types of I was going to say grapes. What types of olives were used in this?
Oh, that is really cool. I haven't seen that
details,
before.
which
That's
is cool.
awesome.
It tells you details of when it was harvested, all these kind of things, where it was harvested. And then it also tells you like the harvest date that's stamped on here. There's a lot number, and there's a date that tells you when you should use it by. In this case, it's 2026 in September. So you've got more than a year to use this bottle. And another thing we talked about is if you buy a bottle of olive oil, buy one in a size that's going to be something you can consume in the time you've got. You don't want to have this on your shelf for 6 months or a year, like a couple months.
Because it oxidates.
It oxidizes once it gets air. But actually something cool that this bottle has, this Italian one, is there's like a little bead or marble in there. So when you pour the olive oil, it only lets the oil. It doesn't really let the air in.
Yeah.
Clever.
It's very
certainly minimize the oxidation. And if you were going to leave one on the shelf, that would be one I'd leave on a little longer. But that was one we demoed, and then we did a Spanish olive oil. Don Carlos from the Andalusia region of southern Spain, beautiful part of the world, really. And it has its own distinctive flavors. And that one, actually, folks want to come in and taste it. We do tastings of that one any day of the week, any day of the year. Just come in and say, hey, I want to try that olive oil you guys mentioned on the podcast here. And then we've got a premium olive oil, and this is where Katrina kind of gets into talking about, hey, like if you're looking at olive oil for its health benefits, and if people are looking into that, we gave out copies of this book. Actually, it's all about olive oil, and we have a few extra copies. So here's another reason. Stop in a Family Ultra Foods, say, hey, I heard you have a couple extra copies. Can I get a free copy? We'll give you one of these. It's a book, over 100 pages in it, and it talks about all the different health benefits to olive oils. I'll kind of give you here's chapters. So there's not pages on, there's not like one page on this. There's like a chapter on, here's some of the health benefits this book covers. Heart health with olive oil. Anti-cancer properties with olive oil, brain benefits with olive oil, diabetes benefits with olive oil, joint health with olive oil, enhancing your immunity with olive oil, and there's more. But
it's like covering all the main topics.
I feel like there's one of these
there.
topics that you're going to be interested in, and really all of these topics I'm interested in preventing.
Yes.
Or improving, right?
And
I don't really
why
want
not
joint health.
do it with something tasty and delicious that you can put it on your salad, or you can look at it more like a supplement. Instead of thinking of it, I'm drizzling on my salad, you could also take like a little shot glass of it and consume it. I think Italy and Spain do about 2 tablespoons on average.
Just in their diet,
In their diet, just in general.
And so they based a lot of these studies on what people have consumed. Your ancestors for generations, James, in Italy, they average at least 2 tablespoons a day.
Now the Greeks, they do about 5 on average.
They're overachievers.
Oh, no, that makes sense. Actually, now that I think about some of the Greek food that we had a Greek town near us as a kid. So
Yep.
yeah. Okay,
lots
Greek
of
food
that.
makes sense.
So good. And so rich and fresh.
I love Greek food.
And just dripping in olive oil.
Dripping in olive oil. It's good.
And our friend Terry Lemerand from Terry Naturally, he loves olive oil. When Katrina and I got the chance to travel with him to India, so this isn't a Mediterranean country, not really any olive trees there, but he brought his own olive oil, little
amazing.
glass bottles.
I love that.
And we sat down in the morning and we're like, what are these little bottles he's opening up and drinking? Drank 2 of these every morning. So he kept, he traveled with little glass bottles of oil in his luggage across the world. just because he knew
that's dedication.
Yeah, he knew the health benefits of olive oil, so he wanted to drink 2 of these, approximately 2 to 5 tablespoons every morning. And Terry, he does that. He does about 5 tablespoons
About 5.
a day.
To go and kind of bringing all this together and everything, and talking about the health benefits and why people enjoy it so much, along with the flavor and the different flavors you get from different parts of the world and different types. All of that only happens if you're really using true olive oil. You're using real olive oil, which is all the more reason why not only I encourage people to taste testing. You mentioned over at Family Natural Foods. Stop on by, do that, check that out. But to really not settle for less when it comes to these things. They're worth it, and your body's worth it. And I'll warn you right now, there's no going back. Like once you get real olive oil, there is no going to just your Acme olive oil. It's not going to do the same.
True.
It's not going to do the trick.
It's true, and it's because they're rich in polyphenols, and polyphenols are good for our cells, preventing of aging that naturally happens in them.
All those chapters we talked about, it's contributed to this olive oil. And like we talked about yesterday at the talk, there's a lot of healthy oils, and some people say, I like, coconut oil, I like avocado oil, and I'll use those at my house too, but none of them have this polyphenol level, certainly not researched like olive oil does. So this is another reason to come in pretty quick, because we don't have tons of books left, but we do have a handful. It talks about how you sample olive oil if you want to do it as like a real connoisseur. So let's go through this before we actually drink it. So you put your hand on top, kind of cap in those smells, and we can kind of swirl it. And Katrina just opened up this bottle so it doesn't get fresher than this.
Fresh
Unless you're in
here.
Italy, of course. So then you smell it.
So we're all inhaling this, smelling this. There's some fun notes I get out of this one.
What are you getting there, James? What do you smell?
I can actually smell like olive, like strong olive, of course, which is the most obvious thing I could say. But it's you don't always get that with olive oil, that strong of an olive oil smell like that. But it also just a hint of I don't know how to word this, nature.
I get a grassy note out of it.
Thank you, grassy. Yes, something
kind
like
of
that.
vegetable.
Yes.
Grassy note. Yeah, it's really
which is a normal description for olive oil.
Yeah, it's
grassy,
really beautiful.
Sometimes peppery.
And this is really, to avoid counterfeit olive oils, one of the best ways is to know the taste of a good quality olive oil.
Yes.
To start with, have to develop the palate. When Terry was at our store, he tried our Don Carlos, and he said, this is amazing. He tried a couple other ones. This one is actually recommended in Terry's, in the book
that we have.
Yeah.
And this one, too.
Oh, yeah. That's his top choice.
This is his top choice. This is more of a supplement. It's more expensive, too. But it's delicious, and there's flavors.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one in a second.
We'll get to that one.
So we've smelled it now.
The one that we're smelling is called Belliducci, and it's an Italian organic olive oil. So that's the one we have at the store, and it's wonderful. So now, Stephen, what's our next part?
Now the next thing is you want to drink it, but you pull it through your teeth. Kind of do this thing, kind
of like wine tasting.
And then you'll swirl it around your mouth, and then finally you'll swallow it. And you try to pick up different tastes when you do that.
You'll get different
You draw
notes.
it through your teeth to bring in air, and air opens up the oil to bring in. You can taste more of the profile.
And if you really want to feel Italian, say salud before you do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Salud. All right. Yep.
All right, here we go. I'm going to talk so then we don't have totally quiet airways. They are breathing in their olive oil, swirling it around in their mouth. You can hear Stephen making some little shh sounds. That air does really bring in some different flavors and notes that comes from this olive oil.
Oh, there is such a beautiful everything you like about that natural taste of anything. You're getting it from this. Wow, that is a really good, strong flavor of olive oil.
I pick up buttery notes at the end.
Yes, buttery.
And then
This
there's
this one's quite creamy and smooth.
There's a touch of that pepper note, and that's the polyphenols.
snuck
That's
up on
actually
me.
what you want, and it's usually back in the back part of your throat.
Yep.
But it's it smells more grassy, earthy, like we were saying, but it's buttery. I don't know. It's really delicious.
It's a rich flavor. I could drink this every day.
I'm so glad you said that about the buttery part. I couldn't place it, but yes, that is it.
Yeah, Stephen will be like, you don't explain olive oils in a I shouldn't say don't. You explain it differently. Like all these flavors, buttery, grassy, peppery, they're all interesting. They're all interesting. I'm going to give them this one. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to give you the next flavor profile
And
of
this next
Greek
one, I have to say right away, I've been staring at this bottle the whole time.
It's
I
beautiful.
love that bottle.
Yeah.
It's a great bottle.
It's got a real, this is real wood. A real wood lid. You can kind of hear it even.
I honestly
and
would
it's real
own it
glass.
for the bottle alone. I would, let alone.
Yeah.
I imagine it's going to be great.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is it's called Cured, and this is Terry's top pick. He loves the brand Cured, and why he loves it, I would say, is because it's backed with research. That they specifically have scientists that are doing cancer research on it, and there's articles. We have some things printed out that talks about the polyphenols specific, which kinds for your health, and it's very researched for cancer, which is really cool.
Yeah, and this one, like Katrina said, is sort of a supplement, and the story behind it is this farm, of all the olive groves in the world that take the time to test their olive oils, it ranked the highest for polyphenol content, and that got the attention of this cancer researcher, and he actually purchased this farm in Greece, and because he was so enamored with the potential health benefits of olive oil, so he bought this farm, and now continues to produce with like the highest detail of quality this olive oil. So like this is literally an olive oil that's owned by a cancer researcher and doctor.
Wow.
And they test each of their olive oils each year for their polyphenol content. So we actually have a printout, and you can see all the polyphenols, the acidity level, the freshness, the date it was all done.
It's really cool.
It's above and beyond, and that's why, like Katrina said, this is like a premium olive oil you buy for your health.
More
You
as a
can use it.
supplement.
You can use it in your kitchen, but it's the kind of olive oil I don't really want to see wasted. I don't want to see like a residue on the bottom of the bowl that's going in the dishwasher.
Steven's gonna lick it.
I'm gonna
if he's using that, he's gonna lick that bowl. So
Yeah.
there's nothing in there.
So yeah, let's taste this one
we'll
too.
swirl this
see how
one around again to
compares.
get that smell
and again,
and
this
aroma.
is a Greek olive oil.
And it's called Cured. I'll be the talker, so you guys.
Oh yeah,
can
it does
fully
smell. It does smell
explain.
differently.
Yeah, it does have a different notes. I smell that like buttery grassiness in this.
Yeah.
There's almost
almost-
not a cedar, but like a almost kind of a
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very fresh smell.
yeah.
There's like a woodsiness to it
That's-
that has
I mean,
it.
sort of like a very fresh olive taste, in a way. Smell.
Yeah. So these two are going to sample it now. They're going to do their tasting. What is it? Salute. Yep. There. Steven's going in. He's swirling. Yeah, different profiles these all have, which is really fun. And of course, when you come to our presentations, we go like way more into depth. We're only giving you a quarter of that presentation. So you hear Steven cough, and I'm going to explain this because that's
man.
a very normal thing when you have a very good quality, high polyphenol, which is what you want. You want that peppery note that hits you in the back of the throat,
Yeah.
and this one does.
It really did.
This one is totally different than the other one, and it sounds funny, like we're like coughing on air, but this is a good sign.
Yeah.
It means that you are getting very high polyphenol count.
Yeah,
with that.
verified by my throat.
Yeah, mine too. I should have done you a favor turning your mic. I
Yeah.
didn't. So one of the things with that one, much smoother. Mm-hmm. Very smooth, very very smooth, while also hitting on those things that you guys were just talking
Yeah.
about and everything. And man, when you taste something and you feel like you can taste the quality of it, like I really felt that. I really felt like that. Okay, that is some great like ingredients, some great product made that.
Yeah.
Like that was handpicked. That was like pressed just beautifully.
Yeah.
Like, all the quality into that.
They did everything they could to get the top polyphenol and quality level.
Well,
and I think this is a special occasion olive oil, just like you buy like a nice wine or whiskey
Yes,
or something.
yes.
And this is cheaper than a nice wine or whiskey for sure. But you want to indulge in this sort of thing once in a while. And if your budget affords it, I mean, all the time.
Yeah.
This would be my mainstay. But I like to have a couple different olive oils around just for different uses. Or one I'll take by the tablespoon for the health benefits, and one I'll use in the kitchen because I know that I don't want to cut corners on olive oil, and that's
Right.
that's what I learned. Reading through this book again. If anyone wants a free copy, we still got a few left at the store, as well as you can sample at least one olive oil at our store. The Spanish one, which we're not trying today, but
Can I just make a note about the Cured one?
Yeah,
so,
please.
Like, I know that these two like had this like kind of cough reflex it for a moment at that pepperiness that comes through, but it is like you kind of described. It still had a very creamy butteriness with that, but then that benefit. So it wasn't like wow so strong. It just had this like very butteriness again. So I just wanted to describe, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, pepper. It's very creamy and buttery with that little punch at the end, and that's what you want.
It's a great note. We're doing this also not how you probably at home will be taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you'll be putting it on a food or something like that. One of my favorite snacks when I was a kid was having a loaf of French bread and either some marinara or some olive oil,
Dip it.
and just
So
dip in that,
good.
and just tearing the bread apart and
You
eating
can
it
like
and everything.
crush some fresh salt on top of the olive oil.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe pepper if that's your thing. Then just dipping bread, like soaking up as much of it as you can.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these may not be for that necessarily, but it could be too. You know, I'm not going to tell people what to do with their olive oil, but it is the difference that you can taste in real olive oil, and that coughing, some of those things and stuff. That is telling you that you have a real product
Yeah,
here. You have real
exactly.
quality ingredients here.
So everybody go home and check out your olive oils. See if it meets those qualities, the standards, and like the smell tests and all of that. You can do that at home. You can do it with us. You can pause this because we're a podcast.
Yes.
And you can do it all with us to see. And if not, you come to Family Natural Foods because we have vetted it, we have sourced it, we have all the right things here.
And we have, like all the olive oils we're working with are all single origin, one country, usually one farm they're coming from. And they have dates on them of when it was harvested and when it's good till.
Cold pressed is another
Cold-pressed.
one.
I mean, that's, it's got all part of the extra virgin olive oil. So I would say stop in and buy at least one of our bottles just to kind of see how it stacks up to what you have at home, or sample the Don Carlos, which we're always sampling. And then you'll kind of have a default to work from. And you know, I don't want people to get the impression that all of these are expensive. The Italian one, I think, is sort of in the middle price. It's in like the mid-20s, I think, price-wise. But we have a wonderful Moroccan olive oil, which we sell a lot of. And that one, I think, is like $15.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe it's a few dollars more than you've been used to spending. But it's a place you should spend that $5.
It's a good investment, and it's also all of these things. Taste and all that is fantastic, but the health benefits that you touched on there, you want those health benefits. You want to have a good one. You want to have a good product, a good quality one.
Yeah. And before we wrap up on the olive, I want to just highlight a product that also has olive in it. So it's very unique for a person that maybe doesn't like the feel of the olive oil. Again, I would just consume it in your food then if you don't. You want the health benefits, but you maybe don't like the taste or something. But for those folks, we have a really cool one by a brand that we carry, Life Extension. It's called Super Omega-3, and it's got fish oils as well as olive leaf and olive fruit. And there's a lot of different benefits between olive leaf and olive fruit. The olive fruit is what we get the olive oil from. The olive leaf is a lot of other immune properties to it as well. So that's a great way where you can consume it in a capsule form. You're also getting wonderful omega-3s, which we all need more of that too. So
it's a great one to keep in mind. And of course, as I wanted to come back to again, we've piqued their interest. We've got their taste buds screaming and wanting to try. Stop on by Family Natural Foods. They offer testings of these olive oils and stuff. And certainly any kind of questions you may have out there, reach out to the team over there. They would love to answer them and find out the answers with you. Appreciate the time, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us again.
Thanks for traveling to the Mediterranean with us, everyone.
It was a great. I'll road trip with you guys anytime.
All
That
right.
was fantastic. And be on the lookout for more presentations. You can keep up to date on those and other things at their social media. Go to their Facebook page, subscribe to that, keep up to date on everything they're doing there. And of course, go to their website, FamilyNaturalFood.com. Head on over there, bookmark that page, keep up to date on things. Stop on by at 910 West Grand Avenue, right here in Rapids. And you can always give them a call, 715-423-3120, 423-3120. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us for another edition of WFHR's Rapids Report.